Hey, it's MK, and as always, I started scrapbooking without turning the camera on. I need to get better at that. It's just, I bounce from project to project to project so fast in this room that I just forget that the camera is up there and turn it on, silly goose. So I have another layout. It's actually kind of a two-pager. I kind of wanted to show you guys. It's just pictures of a flight that I took from Elko to Philadelphia. So, and this was years and years and years ago. So I'll talk about this here in a minute, but I wanted to show you guys that I already did the other page for this, which was a pocket page. And basically what I did was I took an entire sheet of 12 by 12 and I put it around my photo, and then I just flipped it over and put my photos on the other side, which is this really cool newspaper text. That's all it is. I don't even know what it says, but this card here is going to be my title card, and then the other page, so let me get this out of the way, don't fall because you make a big noise. So it's going to be a two-page looking like this. This is going to be the title card because of how much page, or how much space, not page, good morning, how much area the photos take. I've already trimmed them down so that way I can put a mat behind them, but that's about it. That's the only thing that I have done to my photos. I don't really want to change the aspect of them because then you lose where I'm at, what we're looking at, things like that. I love having the wing of the airplane within my photos. I always try to take that some way, shape, or form. But other than that, I don't really have a whole lot. I wanted to show you guys my supplies really, really quickly, so I'm going to put this and this like that. The first thing I wanted to talk about is this card, and for this card what I did was I picked out some stamp sets. The first stamp set that I picked out is this Lawn Fawn stamp set. I believe it's called You Mean the World to Me. No, Wish You Were Here. I apologize. That's what it's called, and so it looks like this. Like so. Okay. And it also has coordinating dies. So I picked that out for this card. I also picked out my favoriteest, one of my favorite stamp sets from Stampin' Up. It's The Places You'll Go, and it looks like that. So I just absolutely love this stamp set. And then last but not least is this stamp set from Close to My Heart called The Long Way Home. Okay, and it looks like that. Alright, and I can't wait to show you guys. I'm going to put all of these stamp sets on this one card and then a title as well. So I have my wax paper pulled out, and I have these letter stickers, and they are customizable letter thickers, and they're kind of like a fabric. I'm not sure if you guys can see that, but they're like a fabric, and I'm not sure if I'm going to spray them. They are called Bree, B-R-E-E by DIY Thickers. That's what it is. I bought them many, many moons ago, an entire pack actually, from, it used to be called scrapsteels.com, and they used to have like these big old bundles that you could buy of kind of sort of semi-retired product. It was hard to get your hands on product, and they would sell them for a ridiculous amount. And I stopped shopping there because it was very, very addicting, because they only had a deal a day, and if you didn't pick it up that day, it was gone. You can't just wait for it in your shop and then order at the end of the week, which I wish you could, but no, you had to pay shipping on every day, and that was one of the things I didn't really like about it. But the shipping wasn't too bad. I couldn't tell you how much it was because it was many, many moons ago, but it was pretty cool. I don't know if they're still active or not. I haven't really checked them out. Scrapsteels.com. So anyways, for this other side, I wanted to show you guys, and I'm not really sure if I'm supposed to show you guys because it was paid content, But this is the sketch that I'm going to be doing from Scrapbook Generation, and I actually flipped it. I'm covering this because I bet you this is what's paid on this. So really quickly, this is what it is, and I'm flipping it because my photos go this way. Okay, sorry. Huh? All right. So that's the sketch. I just wanted to show it to you guys really, really quick. I am so sorry. I just woke up. Coffee hasn't kicked in yet. So here is how I have it laid out so far. I have this branding strip right here, which is left over from, oops, hang on. Let me get my stamps out of the way. There we go. Okay, so the branding strip is left over from this paper here, and this paper was a Pink Paisley Auburn Lane number 4. I didn't even know I owned any Pink Paisley paper, but I did like that this wasn't exactly white. So that's the first thing that I did, and I think I'm going to use, I don't know yet, I just kind of pulled it out, or saved it I guess I should say, and have it go across the paper at the top based on the sketch that I have going on over there. I have my 4 photos, which will be matted. I just don't know if I'm going to just put them on white or if I'm going to put them, you know, on a color to kind of use up my papers. I'm not really sure yet. I had this string from my from another project laying on the shelf, or not the shelf, laying on my desk. And because I used it in a stitching project, it became really hairy. So basically what I did was I just took my glue, my liquid glue, and I ran it all along, and then I took my fingers and just twisted and twisted and twisted and made it a little less hairy. So I really, really like that. But yeah, before it was like totally hairy. I picked up a couple of these, or I picked out, not picked up, picked out a couple of these tags from Creative Memories, and then some papers that I picked out for my rather large background, which you're only going to see about this much, and then a hair up at the top. I picked this one here. This was way back in the day when I did not like 6x6 papers, and so what I was doing with them, especially the ones that had 4 in each pack, this one happens to be by Stampin' Up!, and what I used to do is glue them all, so you can see that there's 4 pieces of paper glued on to one piece of cardstock. And then of course the back side was, it looks like it was just print. Yeah, it was just wordy print, and I liked this side much, much better. So it was one of those where you had to decide which side you wanted to use, but I didn't do 4x or 6x6 papers at all, none. And so this is what I would do with them if I got 4 in a pack. Okay, so I picked out one of these to be the background behind my photos. So it will be cut off by 1 inch, like so, or maybe 1 inch, like so. Depends on how I want to cut it out. And then of course it'll be cut off about 1 inch below as well. So you're not going to see a whole lot of this paper. And then I also picked out this one, which I thought kind of sort of went well if you put the 2 pieces of paper together. And then everything that I want to apply, plus this piece going here, plus all of my photos, which I already had laid out in the order I wanted them. So I thought that that was nice and subtle. I really kind of liked that one. And then I picked out 2, oh wait, no wait, I have one more piece of paper I forgot for the background. And if I do this, then I probably won't use this. So I picked out this one, and oh, I forgot, I'm sorry, this one, so I told you this one was from Stampin' Up. This one's also from Stampin' Up, and it is from a pack years and years old. Oh my gosh, you guys, I really went into my stash. It's called I Am Me, and I don't know if there's a date on here or not. I don't see one, but it's super old, and as you can tell, super not used. Yeah, go me. So I have that one from I Am Me, and then also too this one, which I picked out, is a Stampin' Up! paper as well. I love how it's like you're looking down, like in the airplane. And then of course the balloons and stuff like that. That's gorgeous. This one is from Stampin' Up! As well. And it is called Carried Away. And I believe this was a celebration item at one point in time. But clearly I haven't used it either. So go me. And so anyways, this was what I picked out. And again, it doesn't really match this side because it's bright and colorful and cheery. But when you cover it up, and again, oops, all you're going to see is this piece down here, a small sliver of this right here. So I'm not really sure if this is the way that I want to go because of how much I cover up. And what I picked out was these from the I Am Me collection. I picked these out because at the bottom of the sketch, right at the base of the papers, of the pictures, you need a striped piece. And so I picked out this chevron, like so, or I picked out this stripe, like so. But I also, I know, I picked out way too much because I don't know what I'm going to be doing it. I also picked out this 6x6 paper pad by Echo Park, I'm sorry, Cartabella, but I don't know where I got this from. I think I got it at an expo because I don't intentionally buy 6x6 paper pads. That's just not me. But inside I have 2 sheets of this. And so I could either use these little strips as my stripes at the bottom and nobody will know that they are there. Or I have these by Teresa Collins. They're called Far and Away. And they're these border strips. And you get a couple, you get 2 of each border strip. And here they are. I just feel like these ones are going to be a little bit too creamy. And then of course there's this gold. That's all gold down there. So I think that these might be a little too creamy, but when I put them up next to especially like these 2 pieces, this one matches beautifully, this map one, but it's not, what's the word? It's not, I don't want to go for the map. It's more of the, like this is the aerial view and things like that. So, and this one matches too good. So I'm not really sure yet. And then I also pulled out this Jolie's stamp set. Again, I've had this forever. I don't know if there's a date on this one either. 2013. Oh my god. Forever. But I was thinking about this globe and cutting off this adventure part and just have it say travel. So, and of course I love this little, oh, what is that called now? Hot air balloon made out of a rosette. I love that and I might borrow that idea because that is awesome sauce. And I also pulled out this right here. It's Simple Stories Urban Traveler. And I got this at the expo for sure. I know I did. And so there's just a whole bunch of like proof of one great day. This is what fun looks like. Of course, I probably won't be using these, but this travel sticker here, ride board pass, first class memories, the airplane for sure. So stuff like that. I really loved these arrows down here at the bottom. So just a bunch of little things. I know there's no people in here, so the whole smiles and fun and all that stuff is not it. But I wanted to show you guys, I already know that this one's not going to make it. Spoiler alert. Just because once I put my photos on, but I thought it was cool because it was a looking down view of a city, kind of like what I was doing. So that one's not going to make it for sure. But I do have a few others to choose from. Just not sure which one I'm going to pick out. And then which stripe I'm going to be using. I guess that will be based on which one of these I use as well. So come along with me, scrap along with me, and let's see what I come up with. All right, so the first thing that I am going to do is eliminate which paper am I going to have as the
main element behind my photos. Now, as I said before, most of this paper is going to get covered up. So I just didn't know which one I wanted to see more, the green map or the gray chevron. Now, first thing I did was get rid of these very bright little stripes and chevrons that I picked out to begin with. They were too bright and too cheerful for kind of what I was going for. Especially, they didn't really match my embellishments either. My embellishments were a little on the dull side as well. So I'm going through basically all the supplies that I had picked out and just making decisions. I like these ones with this page. I like those ones with that page. Nope. I decided that I have more elements with the gray chevron than I do with the green one. Don't worry, the green one does get used later. I just don't know if I recorded it or not. So I loved these little gray airplanes on this. I don't know, it's almost like an aqua background. It's a bluey green. That's the best thing I can describe. So, and I'm cutting down my gray chevron. It's not green. And I'm definitely sticking with the sketch on this one. I really, really am. It's not going to change very much, except for my bottom elements will have a little bit more than what they had. They had just one little strip going around and a few little embellishments. I'm going to have a little bit more than that, only because in my final decision, spoiler alert, I will be using the 6x6 paper pad. So, but right now I'm going to cut the photo mat, and it's just going to be one ginormous mat with all the photos stuck to it. There's a teeny tiny itty bitty little gray gap between all of the photos, and that's about it. So it looks like my chevron piece is an 11-inch high by 10-inch wide piece of paper, in case anybody is curious. I am following a sketch, so I probably should not tell anybody that. But I don't know anymore. I honestly, I don't know my P's and Q's in sharing etiquette. So I guess I should be if I'm going to be recording videos, but I have no idea. So yeah, this is about as far as I've gotten when it comes to decision making. This is probably why I do not turn the camera on and record until I have everything going, everything decided and all that, because, oh, I think that was loud, because it's a trial and error thing with me. I'll cut it and, oh, nope, don't like it. Go to a next piece. I'll cut it, don't like it, nah. And that's how I am. That's how I scrapbook, and I just think that it's very, very boring to record. So I end up chopping a bunch of my videos down, because do they really want to see me just chop up a bunch of strips? Probably not. Do they really want to see me, picking and choosing my embellishment clusters right here? Probably not. I don't know. I really don't get a whole lot of feedback on what it is that they want to see or you guys want to see, but I do get a lot of feedback of, your videos are too long. Well, if my videos are too long, explain to me what I can cut out. Please give me that feedback so I can make them better. That's what it's here for. I don't know what part of the process people are interested in. I just know what I want to record and what I want to show you guys, because that's why I turned the camera on for this one. Is there was one little piece on here that I really, really, really wanted to share with you guys. Making this single page layout really wasn't one of them. I consider it kind of as a bonus, if you look at it that way. So in picking these strips, by the way, I actually picked them based on the little embellishments that I picked out over on the wax paper right there. I just basically took the paper and took the embellishments to the paper and picked my colors that way. Which colors do I have, in both instances. And so, yeah, I did cut off the word adventure from that globe, and now it just says the word travel. So, and I use the Scotch tacky glue just on the ends of this twine, and the only reason why I do that is so I can still tuck things underneath, because I have a little bit more embellishments that I would like to add by and around the globe, and I thought it would be easier if the twine was not stuck all the way down, all the way across. So I only did the beginning and the end. I guess that's what you would call it. And then I had to add more foam to this globe. It already had foam on the back of it. I had to add more behind it because it was going over the string and I didn't want that lump. So it's just a little bit. I didn't add a whole lot. And here I did tuck one of those sticker elements underneath the string. I love these chevrons, especially when I'm doing travel pages. I like things representing movement. So, and it's just a tiny little cluster. I don't really want to take away a whole lot from the photos, especially when it's just pictures of the sky. I enjoy taking pictures like this, but scrapbooking them is kind of hard. But here it is. This is the 2-page layout, or the 1-page layout. I'm so used to doing 2. Tiny little cluster, and there wasn't a whole lot to this page. But this is the reason why I turned the camera on. I picked 3 stamp sets out that I showed you guys earlier, and I plan on meshing them together to make one embellishment. And I kind of sort of wanted to show that because I love incorporating my stamps in my scrapbooking. I absolutely love going through all of my stamps and seeing which ones match and which ones mingle and coordinate together. So this little map from Lawn Fawn was the perfect size for a little, in one of the stamp sets, there's like a little dash mark with a circle at one end and an arrow at the other, showing that we started here and we ended up here. And so it was the perfect size from going to Salt Lake to Philadelphia. I just could not have planned that a lot better. This is the stamp. You guys really can't see it until I finish embossing it. I do plan on embossing it. And it just kind of made me think of, oh, what was it? And the reason why I did red is also because of this too. It made me think of the Indiana Jones movies, where it shows the map and he starts here and he flies over to here and it's all in red. I know I'm weird, but that's just me. So this is what I envisioned in my brain, is I wanted a red dash mark, or I wanted a red line that showed I went from here to here. And again, this is another work trip that I did. And one of the bits that I forgot, so I will have to stamp that dash line one more time, but one of the bits that I forgot is on another set, I had this teeny tiny itty bitty little airplane. It was the perfect size, you guys. I could not have planned that better. So I had to put my sticky tape back over the bits that I did not want stamped and re-ink the dash lines and the airplane, because I'm going to emboss them all together. In my brain, I was going to emboss them separate, and then I thought, no, when I emboss, it's going to put an indent, it's going to make it thicker. And so then I was worried that the airplane wasn't going to emboss very well. So, and now I'm going to cut out using the die from the Lawn Fawn set. So this actually, when I bought it from an old scrapbooking store, it actually came as a set. I didn't have to buy them separate. But there it is. I'm not an embossing guru, so there are mistakes. There are little flakes all over the place, but I'm okay with that. It was handmade by me, and that's all that matters. It turned out exactly the way I wanted it to, exactly the way I envisioned it. I love it. I'm sorry. It's something that I wanted to share with you guys. So, and then I took those DIY thickers and I sprayed them with, I think it's a mica spray that I had in that color. And I was trying to bring that minty aqua-y color from the other page over into my pocket page. That's why I was trying to do that. And then the To and From are another stamp set that I have, the tile letters I picked up many moons ago. but I still love playing with them, love how easy they are to cut out. Here's a little bit of that chevron that I had left over from the ends that I cut, clearly. And then I'm just trying to bring over a bunch of the other colors from the other page. I don't have a whole lot of embellishments that will fit, that are small enough to go on this tiny itty bitty little card. But what I did was I took one of the border strips and I fussy cut out these, I don't know, like pointy labels or framed arrows. I have no idea what they're called, but I fussy cut all of them out, only the colors that I used in the other on the other page. And so I'm just trying to scatter them here and there and everywhere. Yay. I do use a little bit of foam on a couple of them, only because I was just trying to add that dimension. I like adding the foam on arrows and then putting them flat, because it does kind of, it represents movement. I don't know. I'm weird, you guys. I'm pretty sure I've told you guys that. But yeah, it works in my brain, and it's what it is. That's all I can say there. So, but here is my card. I am so super in love with it. I'm so super stoked that it came out exactly the way I wanted it. And yeah, that is the layout. That is the 2 pages that I have done. I am so glad you guys joined me. Thank you so much for watching. Here are a couple close-ups that I have. And as always, I hope you guys come back for another scrappy session with my discombobulated brain. All right. Thank you so much. See ya.